Other than Miles Turner, is anyone more tired of being rumored to be traded than John Collins? John Collins has been in trade rumors since before I was born. Really. Like, he's been, it's just a thing. It's death, taxes, and John Collins on the trade block. Because John Collins had to be asked about it again, and he's just, like, so sick of it. You can just tell. I'm over this. He goes off on this reporter when they're like, hey, you're still on the trade block. This team still wants to get rid of you. What are your thoughts about being traded again? There's just nobody in the NBA who doesn't know that John Collins would rather be anywhere than on the court watching Trae Young. Like, we know that. Trae Young's not a fun player. We all know that they fucked up when they traded Luka for nothing. This is a team that absolutely fumbled the bag worse than Dennis Schroeder. But, you know, we have Collins who doesn't like Trae. He was the first to call out Trae back 3 years ago. There was articles written about it. But damn, here we go. So Collins finally has had enough, right? They ask him about his status. Does he actually know his status? No one knows his status. I don't even think the Atlanta Hawks know his status. So he decided to just say, you know what, I'm taking off the kid gloves. I'm going to say what I really think. He says, I can say, hey, I want to do this. I want to do that. And they can just do whatever they feel is fair. You saw it with Kevin Durant last summer, right? He's begging for a trade, and Brooklyn's like, nah. Not saying that I'm Kevin Durant, but that's just the mentality of, yeah, you can say whatever. You want to go wherever. You can make a public scene. You can do whatever. It does not matter. That's pretty much the crux of the issue, right? You can desire a trade. Teams can do whatever they want with you. They can decide where you go, what it takes. They can hold you hostage. That's the nature of being in a contract, right? And right up until he resigned, Travis Schlenk was bound and determined to keep Collins in Atlanta. Who knows why? Collins does not want to be there. Schlenk does not want him there. And Collins opined how hard it's been playing for 3 different coaches with 3 different systems in Atlanta. Obviously, so much of what happens with his destination, what happens with the team is outside of his control. But then the reporter, of course, probably the same one that pressed Trae Young, pressed him about a possible trade. Again. And he finally had enough. He was, oh God, it's best. I don't give a damn, he says. I don't give a damn, honestly. You know what I mean? I play basketball every day. You know what I mean? I play basketball. I come in and I play basketball, and whatever happens, happens because I don't control that side. I don't have any control over the decisions that get made. Where I am, where I play. I don't have any control over that. Is it safe to say John Collins is sick of this bullshit? Is it safe to say John Collins would like to be anywhere but to be asked about, hey, you're on the trade block again? One thing is for certain. Like, the Hawks are not going to allow Trae Young to go. And it is very hard to see where John Collins and Trae Young fit on a team that is centered on a guy who really, his first, second, and third option is to score. His fourth option is to lob the ball up, really to keep the defense honest for option 1, 2, and 3. That's really it. You're only getting lobs to help Trae Young. That's it. And you're not getting play calls for you at all. So how bad are things in Atlanta? Well, according to Shams, Nate McMillan strongly considered resigning after the whole Trae Young incident that we covered a couple weeks back. Now Nate insists that that was not true. He says these are lies. But come on. We know what Shams does. Shams is getting multiple sources. He is not peddling in rumors. There is fire behind the smoke. So do not hold it against John Collins. Think about how toxic things are there. I heard from somebody within NBA circles that reached out to me. Hey, they said, players don't like playing with Trae. Coaches don't like Trae. There's nothing they can do. He's the franchise. That's it. End of story. So, yeah. Retirement looks a lot better than dealing with the freaking chucker every day who's got an attitude issue. And I like Trae Young-ish, but do you want to bet John Collins is pro Nate on this little beef? I would bet. I would bet so. Bottom line, very safe to say, there's a lot of teams that would like John Collins on their roster. His points are down, but let's be honest. Why? Why is his points down? Because Trae Young's first, second, third option is scoring for himself, and he's shooting 29% from 3. But he is averaging 8 rebounds and a block and a half and a steal per game. So will John Collins be on the move? I don't know. Again, this is well before my time that these rumors started. But like Miles Turner, don't bring up the trade the word trade around them if you don't want it to be a confrontational situation.